Hey collectors! Welcome to the first video in my new series, Collectible Catch-Up. I'm going to be using this series to review figures that I've had in my collection for a while, and hopefully talk about things that may otherwise be forgotten about or missed in reviews of items that are recently released. All of these items will have been in my displays for a few months at least. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos. Today we're going to be looking at Percival from Eiyu Senki Gold. Eiyu Senki is a VN featuring art from Oyari Ashito. It is an eroge and it is available in the West. For those who don't know, in classic Japanese fashion, historical figures have been brought into the same time period and have all been transformed into girls. This 1/4 scale from Freeing is based on Sir Percival, one of the Knights of the Round Table. How cool is that? So this bunny figure is actually her normal outfit in the game. So unlike most bunnies, there is no costume change. And this is why I decided to pick her up as my first bunny figure. Firstly, looking at the box, non-surprisingly, it's very large. You would struggle to fit this into Sal Small packet for shipping. The front has an illustration in her classic pose, and the window is open enough that you're able to see her without opening the figure up. The sides are identical and there are windows, however these seem superfluous. The same goes for the top. These windows only seem to weaken the integrity of the box and don't really serve any purpose. The back has several promo shots as well. For the amount of box real estate, they were pretty boring about the design. However, the box isn't all that important, so let's look at setting her up. It is pretty easy, however I don't understand why it couldn't come with the counters already installed. These don't look like they'll ever be an issue for paint transfer, but they very easily could have been just plastic wrap to cover up. Her instructions only come in Japanese, but the pictures are very clear and very easy to follow. Look at that pose. Overall, with the 1/4 scale size, she has impressive presence. Her face angle is a bit low, so to display her it needs to be relatively high or it'll be casted in shadow. All the characteristics of her outfit are there, so she is a great figure for someone who wants to have her traditional outfit. The bunny ear headband has been sculpted into her hair, meaning the hair seam is totally hidden. The fringe and her hair itself are fully sculpted, which is fantastic. Her hair part is sculpted as well, and it's a gentle and lovely little bit of detail. The paintwork, however, is very plain. There is a gradient going from the top to the ends, but it's not super detailed and it's not very well shaded. The paint is also a little bit rough to the touch. The eyes are matched perfectly to the art, but they feel a little bit plain. Perhaps this is because of the lack of shading. I'm also glad that they decided to include her teeth, so she didn't have a grandma smile. They also added clear gloss on the bottom lip, which helps make her face look that much brighter. Her ears are also sculpted, which are surprisingly cute. They've also added light blush on the cheeks. So comparing her face to the illustration, they match. However, the figure has a more gentle face compared to Oyari's original design. I think this was a good choice. Her skin is slightly shaded. However, it isn't super soft to the touch. And she has molded boobs, which is always a bit of a frustration for people. But for me, these are minor issues. Her fingers are a bit rounded and stumpy, but the nails are painted and this is a good idea for all figure manufacturers to do. I've had this on display since about October last year, and I have seen a bit of warping on her fingers, which is a bit of a shame. But this is an easy fix. However, this is definitely something to be mindful of if you decide to purchase her secondhand. Looking at Percival's outfit, it is a light blue bunny suit with gold trim all over, and a neck collar with a very cute pink bow tie. There really isn't much to talk about with the outfit itself. It's shimmery and it's quite simple. The details are all in her braces. The braces have hand-painted gold trim, and there are a few paint errors, but nothing major. The counters that you have to manually install just sit there, however, you can rotate them around for some reason. The back of her bunny outfit has creases from the angle of her back. It's very well done. The front also has her belly button indented. Her bunny tail is super big, but it's not very realistic looking. It seems like they attempted to make it look fluffy, but it just looks hard. The lack of thought into the shading of the tail really doesn't help. The typical freeing fishnet stockings are really well applied. It's not quite right for the illustration. She is meant to wear opaque tights, but they're still very nice to look at and probably a bit better than using opaque tights. The angle that they decided to put her legs and feet in was fantastic. It makes her look a little bit more dynamic. You can tell that there was a lot of thought put into the pose. As I mentioned earlier in the review, Ei Yusenki is an eroge, and to follow that, there are a couple of details that pay homage to this. I won't show these details in the review, just to keep this safe. However, her breasts are fully sculpted and painted, and it is possible to reveal them by pulling down on the cups of her bunny suit. Overall, this is definitely the best Percival figure. Despite all of the faults in the details in the painting and her rough feeling, she looks fantastic displayed, and I haven't actually put her away at all since I've received her. Other than the warping on her fingers, I can't see any long-term issues with displaying her. I would love for Ei Yusenki to get more 1/4 scale figures. Unfortunately, I doubt this will happen, since none of the other characters are bunnies from memory, but I'll enjoy this one just as much anyway. Hopefully you've gotten some valuable information, and if you are considering her, this has helped you make up your mind. Do let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to review on Collectible Catch Up in the comments below.